Hello and welcome to a video tutorial on how to customize a Google Keep note. My name is Tyler Osborne. So in a previous video, I showed you how to open up Google Keep and how to take a note. Now I'm going to show you how to customize it so that's a bit more useful for you. So I'm going to click into the note that I created last video. And here I have my to-do list. It's remember to pick up milk. Now, if I'm going to go to these three dots right here, there's more options of what I can do with this to-do list. So I'm going to click on that. Now I can add a label, I can add a drawing, I can make a copy, I can show tick boxes, or I can copy it to Google Docs. Let's go through these. Deleting the note is pretty obvious. I've done it, I can get rid of it. Adding a label. When you're like me and you have a lot of different notes, labels are going to let you search for the note that you're looking for. So I might add a label to this. And here's all the labels that I've come up with so far. I have to-do lists, teaching practice, policy models, personal, MED, EdTech, and 21 cent. Now, this note, pick up milk, is going to be personal, and it's also a to-do list. So I'm going to pick both of those. And if you take a look here, now you can see that it's personal and to-do lists on my labels. Let's take a look at the other options. Oh, I can change them at any time if I want to. I could add a drawing. This is especially useful on a tablet, which I'm not on right now. But if I wanted to draw a little doodle, it would actually put it at the top of the note. I'm going to press done for a second here and show you what I mean. So right here, I've taken a photo and put it at the top of my note. I'm going to keep going down because I do have a drawing somewhere. Here's a drawing. I was sitting in a meeting once and I was a little bit bored. Yes, it happens. And I was doing a little bit of doodling on some of the siding I was thinking about putting on my house. So I added a drawing to my Google Keep note. Going back into the note. We have make a copy. So if I want a second copy of this exact same note, maybe I want to make some modifications on one copy, but keep the original. This is how you make a copy. Show tick boxes is one of my favorite. So if I want to be able to check these things off, I can add tick boxes. Now, the cool thing about adding a tick box is that it doesn't actually delete the item when you finished it. It's going to keep all the completed items so that you have a record of what steps you took or what you have finished. So I really like the add checkboxes, and you can uncheck them anytime. And then copy to Google Docs. I'm going to get into this feature in big detail later, so I'm not going to go into it today. Just know that you can use your Google Keep notes in Google Docs. They're very easy to transfer. Now, let's take a look at the other options. Archive. Archive does not delete the note. Delete the notes over here. Once you delete it, it is gone forever. Archive works just like your Gmail. It's going to keep a copy of it. It's just not going to be up in your face all the time. So if you wanted to search your archive for old notes, you can still do that. It's just not going to show up right on the screen. Over here, add image. I told you that you could add a doodle. You can also add an image. So if you take a picture of something and you want to write it down, maybe you're at a conference or you're out shopping and you see a great idea, you can take a picture of it on your phone or your tablet and add it right to Google Keep. If you want to change the color of your notes, I do this all the time. It's just easier to find things that I'm looking for. So I don't think I have a color for personal. Maybe it's this teal. I could change the color so that I can find the notes. I'll find all the teal notes very fast, just at a glance. So you can change the color of your note. You can add a collaborator. If you want to share this specific note with somebody, you can do that. So I'm going to press that, and it looks very similar to what we see in Google Drive for how to share. And if I wanted to share this with my friend April, I always pick on April, I can share it with her this way and press save, and it'll send her the note, and it'll show up on her Google Keep. It's kind of a cool way to collaborate. And then remind me. These are very powerful. So if you get into the remind options, you can remind yourself with an alert, either on your phone or your computer, for a time that you'd like to be reminded. There's also, so you're familiar with these things because they're similar to calendars, but this is the one that's really cool. You can select a place. So you can be reminded of a task that you need to do when you arrive at that place. So this is particularly powerful on phones. So if you want to be reminded when you're getting gas at Superstore in Camrose that you also need to get milk, then you can set a location reminder so that when you arrive at Superstore to get that gas, it reminds you that you need to get the milk too. So the location reminders are very, very cool. The last thing I'm going to show you up here is the pin. If you want this to always be at the top of your list, you press the pin buttons. So pinned means it's always going to appear at the top of my screen here. All the other notes are dynamic. They move around. Google does some weird thing where they're determining which ones that you need at the top. And I think it's based on how often you open them. But if you pin it, you can override that and your pinned notes will always be at the top. So I'm going to unpin this because it's really not that important. But there it is. That's how you customize your notes in Google Keep. Thanks for watching.